my channel. Yes, it's NK once again, and we are live. Our book reading challenge day, day 58. So we're still on the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I'm sure you've heard about Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill is one of the best, you know, authors so far all over the world. Yeah, he's one of the people who, are under the category of international bestsellers. And Think and Grow Rich is a book that, introduces you to a lot of insights, a lot of lessons, a lot of tips on financial freedom. Okay, so if you are the kind of person who has that mindset, or you desire, let's say you just basically desire to be rich, okay, you want to have wealth, this book is one of the books that can be recommended for you. I mean, personally, I will recommend it for you. Think and Grow Rich. Okay. The first one I recommend was the second book which we finished, which is mm, it was by Dr. Joseph Murphy, and it was the power of your subconscious mind. Yeah, because one thing that we learned about from that book, one of the major points that we can take home from that book is that if you want something, okay, you have to position your mind towards getting that thing. Okay, so it's not just desiring. Okay, you have to train your mind. Okay, you have to prepare your mind, you have to plan, you have to, so your mind is a tool. Your mind is the most powerful tool you can use. Okay, so you're using your mind will bring forth what you desire. Okay, but how do you use your mind? Do you use it positively? Do you use it negatively? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Okay, yeah, so the power of your subconscious mind opens up our minds to that thoughts that yes, you have a right to be rich, yes, you can be wealthy, yes, 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 it is possible. Okay, but do you believe it? Okay, that's the question. So this book, Think and Grow Rich, is when you have accepted that thought, then you want to begin to work on that thought. That is when you get this book, Think and Grow Rich. Okay, so Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. We're on 8 chapters right now. We're on the 8th chapter. Okay, so we've learned a lot about how to be able to use the power of your imagination, how faith comes in. Okay, we've learned about the auto suggestion concept. Okay, so whatever you suggest to your mind is what it accepts. Okay, we've learned about desire. Okay, so desire is like the first step. Okay, so if you look at people and you like the way they live, you like that they're comfortable, you like that they don't lack anything, and you want to be like that, you have to desire it first. Okay, so desire, auto-suggestion, imagination, specialized knowledge. We learned that knowledge is not power, knowledge is potential power. That's what we learned from this book. So if you want to acquire knowledge, you don't just acquire it. It's not just going to work for you by acquiring it. You need to use it, put it into strategic plans of action that will direct you towards that definite purpose. Okay, yeah, so that's what we learned from this book. So yesterday we learned about planning. Okay, so you see that it's a step-by-step process. Your desire, your imagination, faith, okay, specialized knowledge, being auto suggestion, specialized knowledge, organized planning. Okay, so yeah, yesterday we learned about organized planning and how planning plays a huge role in you know getting to that purpose or your desire being met. Okay, so if you need to be able to organize, have an organized plan, you need to plan. You need to have a plan or plans of action if you want to succeed in life. If you want to be successful, generally, if you want to be successful, not just because you want to be rich, but if you want to be successful, you need to have plans of action. Okay, so yeah, so that's what we studied yesterday. So let me read out something. Napoleon Hill says, Keep in mind these facts. You are engaged in an undertaking of major importance to you. To be sure of success, you must have plans which are faultless. You must have the advantage of the experience, education, native ability, and imagination of other minds. This is in harmony with the methods followed by every person who has accumulated a great fortune. Hmm. So, the most intelligent man living cannot succeed in accumulating money nor in any other undertaking without plans which are practicable and workable. I love that. Okay, so plans are important. Don't just desire to be wealthy. Okay, it's a good desire. Okay, but you need to have plans of action. How do I intend to accumulate, $1 billion, in a year? Okay, so you need to have strategic plans to be able to do that. No one is saying it's impossible. It is possible. That's what Napoleon Hill says. But you need to know that you have to make plans. Okay, plans of action. Now, here's another point. When your plans fail, because they may fail, that temporary defeat is not permanent failure. That's something that we need to take note of. Okay, because you are human, you're not perfect. So most likely, if you start, or your first plan might not work. So what Napoleon Hill is trying to say here is that it's a temporary defeat. It is not a permanent failure. So it doesn't mean that you cannot change your plans. You can change your plans, remodify it, and try again. That's what he says. I love that part. I mean, it's like he's speaking to me directly. Yeah. So those are just some of the things we learned. We also learned that when defeat comes, accept it as a signal that your plans are not sound. It's like a harsh truth. Rebuild those plans and set sail once more towards your coveted goal. If you give up before your goal has been reached, you are a quitter. And a quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. Very simple as that. Okay. So we're gonna go to our next chapter, and please, I encourage you. If you've got a book, okay, pick it up and learn something new today. Invest in your mind. I mean, I'm not a fountain of knowledge, but I desire to, bless people. I love to educate people. I love to, encourage people. I love to motivate people. I love to, give people that hope. Okay. In summary, you could say I love to light people candles. Yeah, the Word of God says, Jesus tells us we are the light of the world, and I feel like, you know, God has given me that calling of, you know, motivation, that gift of encouragement. Yeah, and how would I be able to motivate people if I do not invest in my mind, if I do not try to learn something new, okay, every day? So, the more I read, the more my mind is expanded, the more knowledge I acquire, and I'm able to deposit that into others around me. Okay, so yeah, so I encourage you, okay, pick up a book. Okay, if it's an ebook, if it's a hard copy, I actually prefer hard copies because me and my phone, we know each other very well. So I will be distracted. Not I will be. So in order for us not to have that issue, let my phone do the watching and let me have my hard book just with me. Yeah, so you can pick a book. If you don't have this book in particular, you can pick a book right now and we can study a chapter together. Remember what our slogan says: a chapter a day keeps ignorance away. All right, I'll talk to you soon. I'm back. Okay, so this chapter is all about decision and how decision is the mastery of procrastination. So, Napoleon Hill tells us here that it is a fact procrastination, the opposite of pardon, procrastination, the opposite of decision, is a common enemy which practically every man must conquer, including me. Yes, procrastination is something that many of us battle with, especially when we are faced with challenges that, that has to do with us, you know, displaying courage, okay, where we'll have to be courageous. You know, most of us tend to choose the flight instead of fight. So, we tend to procrastinate and maybe keep the decision later because it might be overwhelming, because, it might be too much for us to handle at that time. Okay, so we tend to, procrastinate and, hold off the decision until we are calm, until we feel better or okay. So, according to Napoleon Hill, accurate analysis of over 25,000 men and women who had experienced failure disclosed the fact that lack of decision was near the head of the lists of the 30 major causes of failure. Hmm. Wow, wow, wow. So, you will have an opportunity to test your capacity to reach quick and definite decisions when you finish reading this book and are ready to begin putting into action the principles which it describes. The majority of people who fail to accumulate money sufficient for their needs are generally easily influenced by the opinions of others. They permit the newspapers and the gossiping of neighbors to do their thinking for them. Opinions are the cheapest commodities on earth. Everyone has a flock of opinion ready to be wished upon anyone who will accept them. If you are influenced by opinions when you reach decisions, you will not succeed in any undertaking, much less in that of transmuting your own desire into money. So, you understand what Napoleon Hill says? He says if you are influenced by the opinions of others, you will have no desire of your own. Okay, so keep your own counsel. When you begin to put into practice the principles described here by reaching your own decisions and following them, take no one into your confidence except people whom you trust. He calls them the mastermind group. People who are in complete sympathy and harmony with your purpose. Close friends and relatives, while not meaning to do so, often handicap one through opinions and sometimes through ridicule, which is meant to be humorous. You have a brain and mind of your own. Use it and reach your own decisions. So it goes both ways. You can be the one at fault for not making definite decisions when it comes to, any area of your life. And it can be others, okay, the opinion of others, and how you allow the opinion of others influence your decision making. Okay, so what Napoleon Hill tells us that you have a brain and a mind of your own. Use it and reach your own decisions. Okay, everyone will have their opinion about you, about what you're doing, what you plan to do. Everyone will have their own opinion, but you need to ask yourself, what is my opinion about what I'm about to do or what I think I should do? Okay, what is your opinion? Okay, so if you keep relying and depending on other people's opinion, you will be tossed to and fro, back and forth, and before you know it, you find yourself making wrong decisions or not even making any decision at all. Okay, so in as much as family and friends, they've got you at heart, they've got, you know, your best at heart, you've got a mind of your own to make your decisions and take responsibility for it, whatever happens. Okay, so wow, I feel like this is good. This is good. Okay, let me just read out this part. Indecision is a habit which usually begins in youth. The habit takes on permanency as the youth goes through graded schools, high schools, even through college without definiteness of purpose. The major weakness of all educational systems is that they neither teach nor encourage the habit of definite decision. Mm. All right, guys, thank you so much for doing this with me today. Once again, I'm so glad to have you guys as my accountability partner in our book reading challenge. I mean, I've I've loved. There's no day I regret picking up this habit. No day, no day. Even days that I'm tired, I just want to sleep, just lie on my bed and sleep after a long day, I still feel that urge to come on live and read a book. So it's a habit that, it's becoming part of my daily routine right now. Like, even if I want to skip it, I feel like I'm empty. I feel unfulfilled if I don't do it. So thank you guys for always being here. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. We are still on the book Think and Grow Rich. We've just completed chapter 8, which was on decision and how to be able to make definite decisions and not allow other people's opinion or your procrastination to influence your decision. Okay, we learned a lot from the chapter, and I'm really grateful we did. So if you want to get this book, I suggest and recommend it for you. If you are intentional about being successful, being rich, wealthy, this book is a good book for you. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow once again. Till then, take care. God be with you. God bless you and yours. And do not forget, your mind is formidable. Bye.